The Detroit Lions, man, had it should have been the season, and unfortunately it didn't happen that way in the postseason. But hey, it's a good team. It's a great team. Few questions. If you had to, encapsulate how you feel about the Lions, what last year was, put it in a word, a syllable, a sentence, what would you say?
I think last year I still think it was amazing. That's how I would say.
Oh, it was a great year.
I think it was amazing. Yeah, like it's it's kind of sad, Broshmo. When you sent me we had to reflect on 2024. I don't want to do that. Every time, if I meet someone and it's like, oh, okay, they see I'm usually wearing some Lions, so we start talking about football. It's like, oh man, yeah, I thought you were all going to win it all the last year. It's like, man, I don't want to talk about that really. Like we're looking ahead. I've tried to move on, but also, and I know it's like a thing right now, like that whole quarterback series on Netflix, watching that is taking me back. You're seeing they're 11-1. Bro, we were 11-1 last year. That I just don't want to forget how special that really was. It's I don't know if we're ever gonna win the 8 games again. It was that awesome. So it was sad, but it's always the journey, Broshmo. You know how it is, man. It's just the journey. That's the fun part at the end.
Oh yeah. And I mean, y'all are.
That's what I'm telling myself.
It's not like you're the Dolphins, so y'all know y'all can win in the wild card.
Say that. Yeah.
I mean, it's all right. Literally every episode I've done of this, it's come back to oh yeah, Dolphins suck, and it's like we don't suck. We're just mid. We're stuck in this. Yeah. We're stuck in limbo, purgatory, and whatnot. But hey, let the fine people know where they can find you.
Yeah, I just Dose of Dion 2.0. It's on. Well, actually, no. I should take that back, Broshmo. I said everybody up for failure right there. That's not what it is. It is that on YouTube, but everywhere else is something different because I think what happened was I made an account and I was like, oh, this is good. And then I forgot my password, lost the account, let me make a new account. So let me change it up a little bit. So I know on X, I'm 0 Dose of Dion. It's all right, though. Don't worry about none of that because as Broshmo knows, I probably won't respond. So go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Dose of Dion 2.0. That's it.
Yeah, fret not. I'll have the links in the description and in the overlay. But yeah, man, 2024 was a special year. I was looking at just how this team performed, EPA per play when it came to the offense, rushing 5th, passing 3rd, and fun fact, the defense was actually kind of good too. They were 3rd against the pass, they were 13th against the run, which ended up being their worst EPA per play. This team was phenomenal. It's not like they did it with a cupcake schedule. Because when I did the Commanders episode, and I think there was another team, but it was okay, but you had one of the top 10 easiest schedules, so there's always going to be that outlier or that thing in the back of your mind that's but are we good? No, the Lions are exceptionally good. It just went awry when it mattered.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, we won the division the year before, so I guess it set us up for that. It was okay, now we have to play good teams. Yeah, it does change things. When you don't have the 1 year burst, cause I always had the Lions remembered as this playoffs this year. The next year we win 4 games. It's all right, we're pretty bad. Then next year, hey, 9 wins. It's so consistently winning is weird, but it does set you up for that. It's now we actually have to play good teams every week. It feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, I mean, again, unfortunately, the Washington game happened in the playoffs. Y'all went into that game with injuries because, Aleem McNeil, he won't be good to go for the beginning of the year, right?
Right.
So,
second half of the season, I think, is the safe aim, tearing his ACL there. We had a couple of those. Rodriguez is in that mix now. There's a couple I'm optimistic about. Mekhi Wingo potentially. It's maybe he won't miss that much time. Something like that. But I think the problem is it feels like it's all stacked to the same spot. It's every defensive lineman, long-term injury. It's linebackers that. So it was everything was kind of stacking on each other at the exact same spot. The entire front seven just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad timing.
Yeah, I mean, kind of is what it is, but I mean, this is still going to be a good team going into next year because probably the biggest question marks is, well, your coordinators, they have gone and taken head coaching jobs, and now you're left with Kelvin Shepard as DC. Was it John Morton as the offensive coordinator? And how do you feel about either of those guys?
Man, we just got the best court now and play it. The Kelvin Shepard one is weird because I don't really know how much is going to change. Like, it's hard
because it was within. So
he was within, and this is like kind of where everything got started for Kelvin Shepherd. So I don't really know how much is going to look different. But at the same time, like, there's always things that you can see with Aaron Glenn. You're like, oh man, I wish that was different. Like, I wish you didn't do things that way. But then there's also the flip side. Like, oh, I kind of love that. I wonder if he's going to try to do the same thing. My concern is, I truly felt with Aaron Glenn is it did get better every year. And by the time it was at the end, like, I felt like he was much more multiple. Maybe that was personnel too. But it felt like there was much more variety every week. It was like, okay, we kind of know what he wants to do. Like, there's a foundation, but every week felt different depending on who we were playing. And I do wonder with Shepherd is that going to be there from jump? Or is this going to be something where it's like, all right, maybe we didn't approach this game the right way in week 3. So that wasn't great. We were kind of doing the wrong thing there for the first half. That's where I'm a little bit like, I'm just not sure with Kelvin. Like, I think that may be the bumps we hit early. As for John Moore, and I'm actually pretty excited about this one. It's not because I'm like one of the, like, trust me, Broshmo, I'm not a guy that's like, hey, Ben Johnson ain't him. Okay. God, well, that dude, he's not it. We got carried. He had a good team. Like, I'm not that. I love Ben Johnson, man. I was sad when he left. I'm hyped for him going to Chicago. I mean, I'm hyped to play him, but, like, I thought that dude was amazing. But I liked what John Moore had. The very little bit that we can grab from, the little offensive coordinating experience, the fact that he was already within the building for a year, it's mainly what he's done with, like, whatever that is at quarterback over the years, right? And then there's obviously the Sean Payton ties too. So I'm actually pretty optimistic that's going to work pretty well. Like, I have more confidence in that. I think defense just could come out and be a little bumpy early. That's my big concern.
Yeah, and defensively, y'all added a positions coach. Casey Rogers, who was formerly of Tampa. He was kind of like the co-DC, but it's like Bowles defense, so right. It's like how much. But he's been around the league for a minute, so I don't know. I think there's some optimism there. Y'all really didn't lose that much. Like, looking at it.
Team's same.
Yeah, right? Like, okay, Zeidler, kind of a big hit, but that's one to be expected. He was on a 1-year deal. Zadarius Smith was there for the Super Bowl run that unfortunately never happened. I'm not throwing shots. My team's not been there in a minute. Don't take it personal.
It just felt unnecessary.
It probably was. Probably Carlton Davis is the biggest hit, but I'd argue that you probably went out in free agency and upgraded.
Right. With Reed, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's the thing that you just said at the beginning is 100% true, because even if you go back, like, if you not go back, but if you look forward to 2026, it's like the roster's probably going to look about the same as it does this year too. It's the issue with, like, the idea of building to the draft is like, oh, now we got to pay these guys. Like, that's all the concern. But at the same time, it's kind of cool too, because and I guess we'll see how it shakes out this year, but you expect a lot of things to look similar, because so many of there's really, if you just took who's under contract next year, really not any holes on the roster. Everything's like, oh, we need a third linebacker or something from what we know. So it's a weird spot, but like you said, most of it's kind of the same. The offensive line one's the biggest conversation. I thought Kevin Zeitler was going to come back. I thought, like, oh, this guy's coming back.
No, and so I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, going to Tennessee for that Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I don't know. That was the thought. Like, okay, well, maybe he's like, I want to go win here. Goes to Tennessee. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's like got a coach there or something that he likes. That to me is the toughest one, because you are just replacing it with rookies, basically. Optimistic, but you are. The DJ Reed one now, I'm with you. Like, Carlton was fantastic. He brought a lot more than I thought that he would bring.
Oh, yeah.
He was great, but I thought, like, even the style that he could play is like, oh, this guy can really mix it up. And he was pretty healthy for us versus what it's been historically. You just wonder about how that would shake out long term. But DJ Reed is like, I don't know how it is for everybody. We're going to be cool with him having 10 penalties on the season. If it's anything like Aaron Glenn, it's like, he had a couple holdings. We're all right with that, okay? Because he's just going to be all over everybody. So I'm actually fired up about that one. A 5'9", 5'10" cornerback would have some fans like, oh, he's just not big enough. And you'd see it, and that doesn't look big enough. But for us, like, yeah, that's kind of how our cornerbacks have been historically. So it actually does work. So I'm very excited about that one. I think that one's just the right fit. Right, yeah. Slide in for 3 years. Reason he got that big deal, right? Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, I felt like he was probably one of the most underrated, like, corner twos in the league. As you could argue, he could be a corner one. Like, going back to when he kind of like bounced around between Seattle and San Fran. But I mean, coming from the Jets, Saleh, he played a lot of man, played a lot of quarters, and that's assuming the defense doesn't change, which it shouldn't. That's what y'all are probably going to be doing. But y'all had some other free agent acquisitions. Their names. I mean, honestly, Roy Lopez, you could do worse at depth, man.
Yeah.
Roy Lopez ain't bad.
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about? Hey, Roy, you don't know about Roy Lopez? Everybody in the chat was very excited, or anybody watching was very excited. They're very disappointed that they didn't land Roy Lopez, Broshmo. That's what this is. We could make this whole show about Roy Lopez because, I mean, that was a big move. That was a big move.
I currently live in Arizona. He went to U of A, so
you were a little disappointed when Miami didn't make. You guys needed a D tackle too. You're like, Calais Campbell's out, Roy Lopez in.
We spent half our draft on it, so.
Oh, this is true.
I'm not going to lament on my team's failures and minor successes. But y'all also brought in Vontae Maddox. That's going to be good depth in the slot. So, like, golly, really, it's like this team probably looked towards the draft and was like, okay, let's hit some home runs. And I think that's where we're going to have the most discussion here.
Yeah.
Because there's a pick that I think you kind of spoke into existence, and we'll get to it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that one was interesting.
I'm just saying.
I did. I think I did make that a thing, which is that's good. It's like at least it wasn't so far. It's like I've never talked about it, and now they did it. I will say though, bro. I will say my thought on the Vontae Maddox thing is I actually think he's going to go to safety for us. Like I think.
Oh, okay.
Him at nickel. I think him at nickel's interesting because we've seen it. That's mainly what he's been. But I get the sense like when we signed like Gardner Johnson, he was coming off playing safety, but he had always been like with New Orleans, like he was the big nickel. So, oh, he's back with Glenn. That's what he's going to be. I guess it's different when you have Brian Branch. It's like, well, somehow he's got to get on the field too. But I get the sense like similar to Gardner Johnson, like Maddox could be in a similar role. It's like we actually kind of like him better at safety. And I think when you look at our safety depth, we don't really have any proven backups. I think they'll kind of slide him in there, and then it's like the pinch will be we push him into the nickel. That's kind of my expectation. And then to the Roy Lopez one, it's like we didn't really have a backup nose tackle last year. I mean, it was Chris Smith. I mean, what are your thoughts on Chris Smith? Curious.
Same as
that's
Jim White.
So it's like, all right, it was supposed to be Broderick, and then it wasn't. And he was like about 10 snaps a game. It's like, all right, he's gonna be where he's supposed to be. That's what it is. So like the idea of Roy is like, okay, 1-year deal. I think he'll sign a multi-year deal as a backup here eventually. It's just like, just give us some juices. Give someone that can take something off a reader because we didn't really have that last year. Go ahead.
And I was just going to say, the one thing we failed to mention when talking about 2024, this team didn't have Aiden Hutchinson for half the season, who was, honestly, what was like 8 games he played maybe?
He played up till Dallas. He got 5 games.
5. Dude, through that 5, it was like, oh, here's your defensive MVP, which was my prediction. And
okay,
yeah, well,
so I know you just made that up, but
I did. I have a video. You can go back and look at that sucker. I had a lot of hot takes in that video, and I thought that was my most tamed one.
Yeah, bro, that's a good take, and it looked like he was going that way. I will say though, I get scared every time I watch the videos, man. They're like, oh, he's back, he's running. And it just creeps me out, like when he bends and stuff. I'm like, man, just maybe don't run. Just like wait a little bit. But it's gonna be good to have him back.
I was just say it's wild looking at this. He played 5 games for y'all. He was tied for second in pressure on the team, and I think he led the team in sacks still. Played 5 games.
That's disgusting. Yeah, that's in some ways that's concerning too. But no, I mean it does go back to like the then you lose Aleem not much later, and then Davenport week what was it 2 or 3? It's like all right, this guy's done. So it was like every and that's why Za'Darius had to become a move. So and I'm sure Za'Darius is up there. Like Za'Darius pressure wise, I know like total is like somewhere around 50. So he was probably the other guy with Hutchinson.
Yeah, 40 pressures, 5 sacks.
Yeah, that was it. 2 guys for half the season leading the way.
Oh man, yeah, shoot. And I guess we could
Lopez. Mm-hmm. That's why he's here.
Hey, I think that's good depth.
That's a good depth. No, I'm actually excited about it. I'm actually excited about it.
Yeah, and going back to the defensive line, because now we could start with the draft. And I just kind of want to preface this with every year I feel like the Lions make me have to question myself when I give out stupid draft grades. Because it's like, okay, they're doing it right. And I think last year was the first time where I was like, okay, no, you know what? I'm going to buy into like Brad Holmes and company. And then feel like I'm going back in time again, where it's like I look at this draft and I was like, I don't know if I can love it. Like, they drafted players I liked. I don't know about, like, I don't like how they went about it. But
I mean, it's fun experience because you're like, oh,
I know, like
I didn't think about that. Like,
I'm kind of I'm just kind of tired of like them coming out here and like making me look bad.
they're just doing their own thing.
It's like, I'm just giving you an opinion.
Hey,
Calm
man,
down.
that's what it is. Yeah, no, it's like I never know it's gotten to the point where I remember the first year. It was the first year you should have known this is how it's gonna go. Like I was thinking that year, like, okay, we took Sewell. It's like, okay, that one was understandable. But once it got beyond that, we took Levi. And it was like, all right, we got our D tackle. And I can remember just looking back. And then we took Aleem. And this is on me. I mean, obviously, I wasn't following the draft enough to know they were different. But like, wait, back-to-back DTs? And I remember they took Melifonwu. And it was like, I didn't even think this was going to be possible. So, like, after that, and then they took Jack Campbell, it's like, you can't really close the door to anything here.
Yeah.
I have like an open mind that something you don't expect might just happen because they don't seem to care at all what position the dude plays.
See, and it was wild because that Levi and Wuzurike pick I didn't like. I was like, oh, that's too high. I loved Aleem McNeil. I had McNeil higher. And I was like, well, there you go. Double dip. One of them's going to hit. But, yeah, man. I think that Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs draft was very trying, where it was like, golly, I love what they did. Like, I think day 2. But it's like, man, like
Day 2 is money, yeah.
taking a linebacker early is always kind of it causes you to pause, and then moving, was it they moved up to go get y'all moved up, right, to go get Gibbs.
So we went from 6, we moved back to 12 and
That's right.
and that got us the second round to get Laporta, and then
Gotcha.
we got so it was a lot of moving. But
Yeah.
like that was, as you know, like that, I don't think that was one of the better drafts. Like that was one where it's like Jalen Carter was the guy, and I thought we were going to take Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
But there was so much tied to that. It was like, okay, I guess they're not going to take him. So
Yeah.
after that, it was kind of just wide open.
I was gonna say, because didn't y'all just sign Montgomery to that offseason, right? Or was that the year before?
Well, dang. Okay, you put me on the spot here.
I mean,
I don't think we did. I don't think we did at that time because we traded Swift during that draft. So that would, maybe we did. I don't know. Because whenever we lost Jamal, so maybe potentially.
I don't know. I mean, Lions are a fun like okay.
Draft is so fun. That's why I think they brought the joy of the draft out of me even more. Because it's just like I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm here for it. Like,
Yeah.
Now I'm open. I have a good feeling. Like they know what they're doing. Like it's not like this is crazy. We are blowing this. Like you kind of believe. Like even the crazier it is, the more you're like, wait a minute, they might be onto something. Yeah. There's something they saw.
Was it the Cardinals then that traded back and moved back up or something?
Yeah. Well, they did that for Johnson, right? So.
Yeah, Paris.
Johnson.
Yeah.
I think it was them.
Okay. Hey, it's hard to remember, but we've talked so much draft, we haven't even got into who y'all took in the first round, which was more defensive line and Talik Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how you're feeling, because I actually like that pick. I think that's like a shot straight down the fairway.
Right. I get that, and it's well, one, I don't want to look at it like from a knee perspective, but if you were just looking at it from a knee perspective, you needed it. Like you did. One of the big things for Mo was like heading into this offseason, I felt the biggest need for the Lions was they have to get better against the run. And I know you hit on like some of the stats at the beginning there. A lot of that was injury related, but they just, to me, they didn't feel dominant against the run, which it always felt like that was the thing. You just kind of fall back. Like offensively, you fall back when we run the ball. Defensively, we're going to shut it down. It didn't feel like they had that last year, which is why the Roy one was important. But I think, especially when you look at like, hey, you're not going to have Aleem. Now you can put someone alongside Reader, and he's comfortable because he played outside of a guard in college. So it's like this is going to work. In the meantime, they've had that kind of real flexible piece. So from a need, it makes sense, and that's what I think it's going to be. Like, I wonder where their pass rush is going to get to. I do wonder where that ceiling is really going to get to for him. But I also had seen Aleem McNeil take a similar transition where it's like he got lighter, and then he became a really good rusher. And then once you saw it break out, like it took off. So I don't want to like close that ceiling on him. I expect the run defense to be good. And I think that long-term, his home probably is as our nose to replace DJ. But in the meantime, the flexibility, it's going to translate pretty well. So I'm kind of with you on that one. I think it was pretty straightforward and made a lot of sense, especially for where they're at now and getting back to an identity.
Yeah, no, I liked it quite a bit. I think just because it's like his pass rush upside is like, know. Ohio State doesn't do a great job on the interior with like letting guys go after and go get it.
They're always weird with some of those guys.
Yeah.
Mike Hall came out. I was like, okay.
Yeah, right. Mike Hall felt like he was kind of a weird exception, but he also played a little bit on the outside there too. So it's like,
yeah, and it's felt like that for years with Ohio State, getting guys like that where you got in and out. It's like they're kind of doing their own thing on that defensive line. But I will say, and I don't know where you are with this, like I thought I was trying to pick like who I thought a Lions player would be. So I thought that Jahad Campbell would be a Lions player. Like I didn't love him, but I thought like that's going to be a Lions kind of guy. So they did take him. I was pretty surprised, but like when I look back, and this is how bad it is, bro. I didn't even like look at any of my stuff before the draft. I don't even think I put him. I don't even know if I put. I think I put him in my rankings. I didn't look at any of my stuff before the draft on Tyreek. I just kind of did my thing on him months ago, and I just pushed him to the side, and they draft that guy. But when I pulled it back out, it's like, okay, I felt the same. Like for me, I had him the same spot I had Jahad Campbell. So I guess it did make sense. Like I guess I did like him. I remember initially seeing him. You know what? I never loved those dudes that put their knee on the ground when they're playing the run. And I remember the first impression was that I was like, I don't like this guy. I saw like one play, but I don't want him. And then, but you know, you watch him, like, okay, he works. He doesn't stink. So I think I ultimately ended up in a good spot. It just kind of threw me off when we took him.
Yeah, I hear that. So speaking of being thrown off, this is probably where, for me, some of the wheels started to come off. At least in my opinion, where you draft Tate Radledge. I absolutely loved Tate Radledge. This was the range for him. I was a big fan. Giving up a third rounder, which I guess it's a compensatory pick next year. So it's kind of like, okay, it is what it is. But still, I don't like throwing away picks on day one or day two like that. So giving up an extra third, I thought was like a bit extra. But nonetheless, I like the pick a lot. I like the player a lot, I should say.
Yeah, the Tate. It's weird for me with Tate because before the draft, I don't think I liked him as much as, like, I don't know where you had him amongst others, but like he was my top 10, but I didn't like, he wasn't, I think it was 8 or 9 or something. So I liked him, but it wasn't to that extent. But I think, and this is probably going to be looked at as like bias, and it maybe is, but I don't think it is, because after we took him, I tried to go back through the players, and I remember watching him, and after the draft, Brad was like, oh, his versatility is kind of what we bought into. So I'm thinking, like, what is he talking? I guess both guard spots? But at that point, they hadn't, like, there wasn't like a known, like, oh, this guy's going to work at center, because they haven't been working together. So I had him in my mind watching, I'm like, I think maybe he is built to be a center. Like, I know he's not height-wise what you would expect, the guy's 6'6" to play center, but, like, he's very comparable to Frank in terms of his measurables. And I think I started to buy into a little bit more, like, okay, I could see where you could, like, at least from my perspective, visualize him as a better center than a guard. But a lot of people liked him at guard, I think, much more than I did. So it's very interesting. I think he's going to be the long-term center.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, oh, wow. That, to me, that was fascinating, because I didn't project him as a center at all.
No, I didn't even think about that as a possibility. And then it's like,
I hate tall centers. I hate tall guards.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. But you know what got me over it, though, Broshmo? We put, I think it was Dan Skipper at guard. It's like, all right, you know what? It is what it is. This dude's 6'10" playing left guard. You're like, okay, this is okay now. And now, in fairness, that first game was a disaster. And I remember there's a couple plays where he didn't move when the ball was snapped. But that got me over. Now everybody looks small. You just picture Dan Skipper's 7-foot self standing in there, and you're like, you know what? That's fine. That guy's going to be fine.
All right, so this is the pick that I couldn't wait to get to. Just couldn't wait to talk about, because y'all moved up. Just going to throw that out there. Acquired pick 70, cost 2/6. Or no, you got 2/6 back. Cost you 2/3 on top of the one you were switching with. So again, just kind of burning these third round picks.
Next year's thirds, yeah, we got no.
Yeah,
we had 2 of them. Now they're really gone,
dude. That and you take a guy you were high on, because we did a mock and this name came up and I laughed. I was like, he's probably like a day 3 guy just because, he's big and he's fast. But third round, silly. It was he goes at pick 70.
They made that big move and it's like, oh, snap. I know what they're doing. I did not know they were doing that, So, but that, I guess that's what makes it fun. And it's fun because, like, in the past, it always felt like if they're not on the board, you can probably turn it off and go to sleep until they get back on the clock. Now it's like, you better stay locked in because they just might go do something crazy and go get their guy. I've obviously them having success makes it work. With them being successful in the draft, you like buy into like, yeah, if they love him, go get him. It's like, why not? Because they're doing pretty good at it. So I think the Isaac Tesla one, though, what you're saying made a lot of sense. Like, the dude didn't really have production either. So it's like, okay, I can understand why. Yeah, height, weight, speed, that kind of thing does go day 3 typically, and he didn't really have production. So I don't really know. But I think ultimately, man, like, and I don't know where you're with this, like, his hands are crazy. And that's where I got to. It's like, this guy doesn't drop any passes. Like, this guy doesn't drop the ball. Really good contested. So it's definitely, to me, a projection. I don't know how impactful he's actually going to be year 1. My hope is it's kind of like the Kenny Galladay route, not the Giants route, but as a Lion. My hope is it's kind of something like that, but I don't know how productive he's actually going to be year 1. But I think that coming in the draft, they're like, we want to get younger at receiver. And I guess, well, if he says it, they had to do it at some point, so they did it.
Yeah, I do want to clarify. I misspoke on the Tate Ratledge trade. It was a 4th.
See, so, I was like, dang, we gave up that? I was like, maybe he did.
I was looking at the Isaac Tesla trade, and I was like, that seems like a bit much to move up 3, but okay, that's what I wrote down. No, I just skipped a line. Dude, but Tesla, because the Tesla, I think didn't he play a lot in the slot at Arkansas? Because prior to that, I forgot where he came from prior to that, but I mean,
a lot of slot work, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously a developmental guy, obviously betting on he's going to be a better NFL player than college player. I guess I'm kind of fine. I mean, if this was a team like, I don't know, the Dolphins, or if this was a team like the Patriots or something making this pick, I think it's more consequential. It's like, no, you kind of wanted these to matter, but with the Lions, like, yeah, why not? Roll the dice, take a shot. Jameson Williams, is he going to re-sign?
Yeah, I mean, are you asking me?
I mean, yeah, it was a little bit rhetorical, but a little bit not.
Yeah. That's a legit question. I have no idea, and that's one where it's like, okay, I'm here to just wait. Like, I understand you could save some money if you do it early. I'm just like, I don't want to do it early. Just wait. Just see what he looks like. Give him another year. After this year, we can make the decision. He's got the 5th year. Don't do it yet. But it does make sense from the Tesla thing. That's where I think it's developmental too, because like as big and as fast as he is in a straight line, I didn't feel like when you watched him, he looked that fast. So I'm like, okay, that like NFL play speed is going to be different. That's where I felt like it's going to take some time here. And he played in Michigan. I can't think what the school was, small school in Michigan, but that's where he went.
I got it somewhere in my notes. I'm not going into it. I'm done with 2025 draft.
No, I get that. That's why I'm like, wait a minute. I think I have notes here. Wait to. I think this is going to be this is one where it is though, like, it has to, you can understand it, like why Brad Holmes would want this guy, because it's like the dude blocks. I mean, the first thing he brought up was like, oh, the Senior Bowl he's blocking. It's like, Senior Bowl he's blocking. I don't even remember seeing this dude at the Senior Bowl. If I'm being honest with you, we were there. I don't even remember seeing him there. So it's like, okay.
I think he cooked, what's his name? The Oklahoma safety. Bowman?
Oh yeah, Billy.
Yeah. Bowman. Okay. Talk about size advantage there, dude. He's just...
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But dude, the dude blocks like crazy. So it's like, okay, if you just watch him block, you would understand why, like, mentally, because if you go back to Jamo when they drafted him, one of the big talk points he immediately brought up was Jameson on as a gunner. He's like, well, when he was used as a gunner, it's like, what? We just drafted this dude that's super fast. You're talking about him as on special teams, and then when he first got back healthy, they used him as a gunner for one game. So it's like, hey man, it's just it's a mental makeup thereafter.
Yeah. If anything, I think the 2/3 really soured me. And I just don't like throwing out draft capital like that. I've seen my Dolphins throw away draft capital, and our depth sucks, dude. Has it worked well?
Oh, you tell me. I mean,
I disagree. I don't think it has worked well. Like, for one, we don't have a secondary. 2, someone gets hurt, we have nobody.
The best corner in football. You have Jason Marshall back there. I mean, dude, you guys loaded up.
Thought you were gonna say Storm Duck, and I was like, yeah, best name.
That goes without saying. Storm Duck.
Dude, I feel like they made the move for Minka just to, okay, well, this is a contract we could get off on a year. It's like, what the hell?
that brought some love, I feel like, back to the Dolphins fan for sure.
Oh yeah, because he's been great the last 2 years in Pittsburgh. Yeah. I'm hoping
nobody cares about that. They don't care about that. It doesn't matter.
I care.
That's the past. Past is the past. He was good for you guys. That's what matters.
Yeah. What was your favorite day 3 pick?
My favorite day 3 pick was Miles Frazier.
Hell yeah, mine too.
Yeah. I loved Miles Frazier, man. Like that was the dude. I may have had them here next to each other if I pulled it up, like him and Tate Ratledge. Like I thought that he looked like Zeitler. So I'm terrible at Broshmo. I'm garbage at comps.
I hear that,
my
dude.
comps are Lions players. So if it reminds me of a Lions guy, I'm like, oh, okay, I can put a comp on that. If not, doesn't have one. But when I watched him, I was like, he kind of looks like Kevin Zeitler. Like just when I think about like how he makes up, like his, athletically, actually, I think tested out pretty well. But like the way that he maximizes it, I felt as like a run blocker, and the way that he won in pass pro so quickly, it's like this makes me think of how Zeitler plays. So I don't know if it's going to be there right away, and I definitely don't think it's going to be there right away, but I could see a world in which he starts this year, which he takes over at some point during the year. I thought that he was kind of like the end before it would drop off, at least for how I had him, as like these guys that can actually start. So when he was just sitting there, I think we traded up for him too. It was, oh my goodness, that was amazing. Maybe we didn't trade up.
No, I don't think so. I don't have any more trades for y'all, but then again, I don't know. Maybe I lost count.
A lot of movement, but I love Miles Frazier.
Dude, yeah, I loved it too. I had him, I was just looking where I had these guys on my big board. I had Ratledge at 65, and then I had Frazier at 82. So,
come on, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, talk about keeping a strength, man. That offensive line. It's like, hey, now, I was just going to say, hey, Ragnow, have a nice retirement, man. You deserve it. After so many Lions fans told me last year, there ain't no way he's retiring.
Yeah.
Not saying I talked into existence, but
yeah, like that's not, you know what I mean? I don't know. That whole situation was weird, man, because it was just like you don't want to believe that it's a possibility. Like I guess it's possible. You know what I mean? Like you don't really want to even consider that as a real thing until it happens, and it's like, oh man, it happened. Like that's kind of where it was. But I think that after having Mahogany have success, even though it was very small last year and he was round 6, it makes me believe even more in the Frazier one. It's like we've already seen this work. You could definitely do it again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it should be able to run the ball really well. And if you're a Gibbs or Montgomery fantasy owner, congratulations. Should have a good year.
I was not. The fantasy's rough, Broshmo. So let's stick to the Lions. You know what I mean? Fantasy is a disaster.
I bring it up because I got Montgomery on a couple of like my championship push dynasty squads. So
you were pretty good.
I'm okay. I'm like the Lions. I lose when it matters. Hey, at least you get an opportunity to lose when it matters.
Yeah, that is true. I don't make the playoffs in my fantasy leagues. I win like 2 games and I'm pretty pumped. I'm sending the emojis that you can. Like, yeah, I just scored. Like that. You got to live in the moment, Broshmo. That's what I do. I think I drafted Sione Ivaki last year. Just give you an idea. So you want to know where I'm coming from, yeah.
Dude, what is it?
Fantasy's not my thing.
He's not. He's still listed as a running back. Okay.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild.
Crazy. He didn't go crazy.
Okay. So y'all did have a couple of other picks there. Ahmed. I don't want to butcher his last name, but from Egypt, goes to Boise State. Absolute beast. Probably had the best motor in the class. It's just, technique-wise, it really just felt like he didn't really have pass rush moves outside of like power moves. It was just like, hey, just go out there and mollywop him. Just have at it.
Just overwhelmed dudes. Like that's what it was. He's super powerful. So yeah, he reminds me of Pascal a little bit. Like it's different round, but like the idea of like how this could work, because especially Pascal's kind of in an interesting spot now. But I guess that would be like maybe a ceiling, you could say, to be fair, as a day 3 pick. Mm-hmm. But like Pascal, I feel like, especially early, where it could work best for Ahmed is put him on the inside. Like you can get him there a few times. If you're going to find a way for early production, that's where, because I think I'm with you. On the outside, it feels like, I don't know when this is going to come along. I expect him to stop the run, but I don't know about the rush on the outside. But I think you put him inside, you might get a little something early.
Yeah, he felt like a very Dan Campbell-like player, though. That's going to come in and just chew on concrete and put his head through a wall.
See, I didn't know he was the guy at the combine that was yelling at the dude. Oh, that's our guy. Like, of course it's that guy. Probably saw that. Hey, man, write that name down right now. Find out who he is.
Right. You got Dan Jackson as well, who's an interesting player. I think he's going to be a good, like, decent special teamer, but he's someone that walked on at Georgia and stuck around until he eventually got a scholarship there. So, really cool. Yeah, and I mean, it's Georgia we're talking about. It's not like he walked on to Penn State or something. So, very impressive. Played a lot of snaps last year. I think he had a relatively good combine. I think he like ran really, really fast. But probably a depth guy. You also took another Georgia player, Dominic Lovett. I saw you talking about him when I snuck into your chat.
Hopefully I wasn't like cooking it. Like, was it good? Was it positivity?
It sounded positive, and I was like, oh, this is very positive for a back end of the 7th round pick.
Yo, Lovett excites me, man. I don't know. Like, I just want to see if people can stick with him. That was a big take. Like, I'm not sure on Lovett, to be honest, because I don't know that I trust him to consistently catch the football.
Yeah, that's the thing with him.
But it's like, dude, he is a handful to keep up with. I just want to see that. Like, I'm not even like hand him the football. I just want to see if like one-on-one people can stick with. We play so much man. He's gonna get so many opportunities there. I want to see it.
Which is fair, and I mean, hey, he might stick on the squad and be another slot guy on that wide receiver core.
Good, perfect.
Did any UDFAs maybe stick out to you or that you like or have liked?
Yeah, I'm trying to see. This is a tough year because I don't usually like we'll keep like last year we kept a long snapper. We kept a couple I think last year. This year, weirdly I'm kind of looking still at Mason Miller. Like when we went on, we added the tackle from North Dakota State. I don't think there's a great path there for him, but he and it was Keith Cooper that we added. He ended up coming in for a tryout. We ultimately signed him from Houston. He felt like another one of those guys. I was like, okay, I see the mold here. Like, I'm not sure how he makes the team, to be honest, but the mold makes sense of like, this is the kind of guy that they go after. But I would say like Mason Miller from North Dakota State, because for me, if there's maybe a surprise, you could potentially jump a guy like Dan Skipper, and he's playing right tackle. So if Manu's just going to stick at left tackle, like maybe this could work. You know, Sourcell's kind of up in the air now. There could be a path. If he has a great preseason, there could be a path.
Cool. Nice. Well, let's talk about the roster. Just have at it. Let's take a look at this offense. We talked about already a little bit. Tate Radledge looking to be the starter at center there. Right. And golly, dude, the offensive line should be rinse and repeat. Where would you say, I guess either of those guard spots, would you say either of those are wide open?
I think none of them are wide open. I think the possibility, obviously injury shakes things up, but I think I think it has to happen during the season. Like if someone jumped, I think it's pretty clear cut if Tate's at center that Graham and Mahogany are going to start. It would just be like a rough stretch from somebody where something opens, like a door opens. That'd be the only way. I don't think coming in here is a great shot for somebody to jump it, because I think most of them they visualize as a backup. The only guy I think can is Miles Frazier. Like I think there's a path where he could do it if there was a rough stretch.
Yeah, Glasgow kind of had an up-down year, I think, last year, right?
Yeah, it was a little shaky. Yeah, he's been shaky in pass pro, but like he looked older last year, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't he like 33?
Yeah, he ain't young, so
like, I was gonna say,
I don't want to call him old. It's like, I don't know, maybe he was dealing with some stuff, and they had him playing guard, and he just didn't look as spry as a run blocker as I'm used to with Graham Glasgow. So I don't know. Like I even thought about like maybe as much as I think Tate is a future center, if it's best to just have Graham at center, then put your best 5 out there. Maybe that put him in a better place. But that's why I think there is a door open potentially for a Frazier to jump in there.
Yeah, because if anything, Graham's a good depth. He does turn 33 in August, by the way. So
okay,
but yeah, he's young. Yeah, young man out there.
Just came into the league.
Yeah, not even having his midlife crisis, dude. Hell yeah.
No, he is a good backup center though. Like it's perfect for that because he's kind of been that. Like anytime our center goes down, we just push him at center, bring in a different guard.
Yeah, Natane Moody is on this squad. That's wild.
Yeah,
I really liked him coming out of Fresno, and then I think he got super hurt with Denver.
And he was with us last year, and he wasn't available. And this year we brought him back. So, but this will be the first time seeing him. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, we haven't seen him since 2023's preseason, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. But
do you think Sorsdale makes this roster?
So okay, I hate doing this because I feel like this is like the big talk point line. Everybody's just like, he's out. I don't think he's going to make the team, if I had to guess. I don't think he's going to make it because they went from drafting him as a tackle, push him at guard because they thought that would work. Didn't really work. Then he put him back at tackle last year, and it wasn't great. But he was active during the year. He just wasn't playing at all. I don't think he's going to make the team. However, I don't want to completely close the door on him because I don't want to say it's impossible for you to beat out a Dan Skipper. Like it's not that there's no world in which a guy on a rookie contract can't take a big step forward. Like that's very possible that you could outplay Skipper and make the team if they felt good about Manu. But if I had to guess right now, I don't think he's making it.
So I know at least when it came to rookies, I don't know if this is true, but the International Pathway Program with Manu, if he's not a rookie, does he still count against the roster? Because I know. Okay, because
that's an interesting question. Yeah.
Yeah, because if he won't count against the roster if he stays on, maybe that opens up another spot for an offensive lineman. But again, I don't know if that's just for rookies or if it's irrelevant.
No, that is interesting. And is that, I don't know, like, cause I know what you're talking about. We've had guys like that, but I don't think any of them have been draft picks either.
Yeah.
Like usually, you get like the, I don't know.
Yeah, like UGF thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't
he counts.
Yeah. Right? Because, I mean, he's basically going to be the backup. I'm curious because that was another guy you invested with future draft capital with, I think it was a third rounder, right? To go up in the fourth.
Think about it, Broshmo. Every year, if you trade your future third, it doesn't hurt you. Every year, let's trade my future third for this year's third. Let's get.
The Dolphins traded a future third for Jalen Wright. And then we proceeded to have one of the worst run games in football, but not his fault.
Yeah,
the offensive line sucked for the Dolphins, so it is what it is. Golly, we did, and it cost us a third and a fourth round pick.
Y'all just throwing away picks, bro.
That's what we do. I feel like I'm the ghost of like draft mispassed. Don't be like us. Don't trade away your picks.
Hey, he just got a hit. He just got to be good. As long as we're all right. Well, maybe not though, because honestly, you guys might have more holes than this.
We'll see.
Maybe not.
That was the one player I really wanted for the Dolphins was 7A. I just didn't think it was going to cost that much. Yeah. I thought I mean, hey, go get your guy. I guess
that's why we did it too. You got to. I didn't think this was a great interior offensive line group this year. It did feel kind of limited. Whereas
yeah. So I'm doing my summer deep dive right now into next year's class.
Yes.
Holy moly, there's a ton of centers. Like ton of really good centers.
The offensive line group as a whole, I think it's fun this year. That feels like that one that could lead the way. It feels like this year.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like 2023 was it? No, 2024. I thought was like a rare offensive line class. Because that had like Mims, Alt, but you also go to the interior and it was pretty beefy as well. And I think I had like so many. I mean, I could pull it up instead of just trying to.
Yeah, I'm like
talk from memory.
Right on the 2024 draft.
Yeah, so when it came to like tackle, you had guys like Alt, Fashanu, Mims.
Right.
Yeah, but like the interior, Jackson Powers Johnson, Graham Barton, Mason McCormick, Zach Frazier, Christian Mahogany, Cooper Beebe, Dominic Pooney, like there was a lot. I don't think that this upcoming class is like that, but it's certainly a lot better than what we had this past year. So hey, maybe you can move Bradlish to center or to guard, get a center.
We could do that.
In theory.
We could do that, or we don't. You know what I mean?
So Jared Goff's always sneaky good, dude. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's like, I always want to be like, whenever I have to whenever I have to rank quarterbacks, I try to do them in tiers, right? Because people will look at like, oh, this guy shouldn't be over this guy. And it's like, well, okay, whatever. They're in the same tier to me. I don't care who you have over one another. If it's, I don't know. It's weird because it felt like Jared Goff, after the Rams traded him, he felt like he was more of a bridge option, right? And that's no longer
contract.
Yeah, right? And that's no longer the case. He's like, no, I'm like a top 12 quarterback. Yeah, he's been good because I was like looking at his like his on target throw, third in the NFL. His bad throw rate was sixth best in the NFL. So it's like he's accurate and doesn't make mistakes behind this type of offense where it's like, okay, we're going to run down your throat and get amon-ra St. Brown the ball. And occasionally we'll have fun with Jameson Williams. Like, there's not really a lot to talk about the offense just because we you know what you're getting, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the golf, it feels like Dan Campbell would be, like if Stafford was here, it's like, oh, those personalities are both kind of aggressive that work. But in some ways, I think the golf thing actually works really well because it's like you have this dude that's like, yeah, I'm not going to take the shot. He's going to take it down. It's like, okay. And then Campbell's kind of the crazy guy. He's like, let's go 4 on 4th down. Yeah. I feel like there's a really good balancing act they found there. It's like these guys feel completely opposite, but it works. And they seem to both enjoy doing it together. So it's like, okay, it works for me, yeah.
Yeah. I guess the last thing I'd want to say about the offense, because, again, you have so many weapons, a good offensive line. Gibbs, you think leads the league in rushing this year?
Oh, man. I'll say.
Yeah, okay, how about this? How about he'll be, because what was he last year? He was like he had to be in like the top 5, right?
You know, I don't even know. I thought he was 5th, but that might have been all purpose.
Yeah, which is always going to be a thing. I'm looking right now because I want to kind of do a over or under.
Okay.
Because I get
he's 5th with 1,400.
That's wild. Do you think he's top 3? Do you think he could be top 3?
Oh man, man, I don't. I'll say yes. Here's why. And I don't want to do this to him, but like Saquon had 2,000 last year, but he played pretty much every game.
Yeah.
It's like, is that going to continue?
Oh, I think he was, yeah, he had the most snaps of any of those backs. He was the only one to have over 400 snaps during the season.
See, I always like
Gibbs 270.
It's like his yards per carry are crazy. I mean, he makes a lot of big plays. His 5.6 last year is nuts. I'll say, yeah, it's possible. I'll say it's possible because I'm looking at this list like the two.
I'm not asking possible. We know it's possible. I want you to.
You may say top 3?
I'm looking concrete. Yeah, is he going to finish in the? No, we know he's going to finish in the top 5 rushing. He did it last year. Can he finish in the top 3?
I'll say yes.
Not even can. Will he?
No, you see, you did say can. So.
No, yeah, well, I misspoke.
Yeah, we'll put him in the top 3. I felt like as the year, like I really did feel like there was a turning point last season where he looked just better. I think it was Indianapolis. Like I honestly thought like he was still like kind of up and down in terms of like just what he was seeing as a runner. But I felt like that game, it kind of like was starting to turn as like, oh, okay, he feels like, I remember saying that, like thinking that game, like this is, maybe he needs to just become the guy. And I never usually all with that because I love Monty. The fans weren't feeling that, but it's like maybe this, maybe you should because he does look different right now. Yeah. So if that path continues, then yeah, why not? We'll be
Yeah, because I mean, I think there's a world where Barkley, you keep giving him that volume. He has a history of like ankle sprains.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And the other guy's 30. I mean, Derrick Henry. I mean, he's probably going to cook because he always cooks.
At some point, Derrick Henry has to get old. Right?
I would think. The one that throws me off, though, with this list is Jonathan Taylor.
You never know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, shoot. I mean, he could go for 2,000. I mean, it feels like it's on the... I mean, Bijan with that, I mean, you would think Bijan is in a great spot, but I don't...
He should be. Yeah, I would be willing to say top 3. I'm cool with that. Let's talk about the defense. Okay. What was that?
I just want to see him catch the foot. See, Broshmo, here's where I'm at with him. I just want to see him catch the ball. I love watching Gibbs catch the ball, man. It's like, just throw it to him. He became such a problem last year as a receiver, and that's what I loved about him when he drafted him.
He had 1,400 yards on top of 500 receiving yards. I'm pretty sure it won't be a problem.
Oh man, that's it. As long as he can throw a ball, we're good, man. We're good. I just like feel like that's such a matchup problem.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's like they didn't feel like early on they were really leaning into it. And last year was times it's like, okay, we're really making this a thing. Like we're putting him at receiver a lot more. Just want to see that continue. That's like there.
Offensively, y'all, like, it was crazy when you could, like, just give Jameson Williams a jet sweep out of nowhere and him, like, take it to the house. Like, that offense was scary.
That's what I like to hear.
Ew. I'm out here giving out compliments. No, but you know what? You knew what this episode was going to be. Glazing the Lions.
So you're saying the Lions are your early Super Bowl pick? Is that what you're?
We'll get to the schedule.
Oh, okay. It seems like that's where it's going, so I'm here for it.
They're going to be a good team. A very good team. So DJ Reader's still around. Ali McNeil is here on the defensive line, but might be back second half of the season. Y'all brought back Levi Uzarike. I thought he was going to Jets, 100%.
I thought he was getting paid. I thought he was out of here.
Yeah. I mean, he's been hurt, so probably no one wanted to give him like a big contract or at least a long-term contract. So,
and my thought thing on that was, I have no idea, but like I could have seen him saying I'd take less to come back, not because like I love but just because it's like if I don't get the multi-year deal, at least I know if I'm coming back, I fit here and Aleem's not available, so I'm gonna play a lot. So it's like after Milton Williams got paid what he did, I thought this dude was gonna make a ton
get up season. There.
But I think he's like, to your point, he's hurt the first few years, but because of how big last year was for him, if he has just the exact same year next year, I think he gets a monster deal.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. But I mean, you bring in Talik Williams, you got guys. I didn't even know Mekhi Wingo. He got hurt.
Yeah, so he also his meniscus. He tore his meniscus.
Oh, okay.
So they're thinking like maybe the beginning of the year.
Yeah, was that during the season, right?
Yeah, it was during the year.
Okay.
I can't remember what game it was, but it was, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, shoot. The guys you had on IR going into that playoff game is kind of nuts. Like Wingo, Rodriguez, I think, was Anzalone coming back?
He was back.
He was back, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had, McNeil, Carlton Davis, too. Did he play? Because he had the fractured jaw.
I don't think Carlton played.
Okay. So, like...
I don't think he did.
Yeah, that's...
He didn't finish the year.
Wild. Yeah, y'all had a lot of injuries on defense. Like, Derek Barnes was hurt early in the year. Right? Rakestraw, who, he's depth, but he was a guy you highly drafted. He was on IR early with a hamstring. And I bring up all these injuries to say, I'm so happy y'all brought back Marcus Davenport.
See, this is why we do the show, Broshmo. This is what I'm talking about. We need to do this more now. Okay, you say your piece. I'm here to listen.
Listen, when not hurt, he's really good. It's just he's hurt. He's like, you remember, who was that corner? Jason Verrett, I think? Yeah. Like, he had like an all-pro year, but then he was like hurt like 7 of 8 seasons. So if you could get Marcus Davenport healthy, across from Aiden Hutchinson, pass rush is gonna eat.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm with that. See, I thought when we signed him to the 1-year deal the last year, I was like, this dude's gonna ball out. He's gonna on a long-term deal. This is gonna be part of the future. And then he got hurt when he got hurt, and it was great. Like those first few weeks, they were outstanding together. And then he got hurt, and then I was kind of just like, I don't know how they'd bring him back. Like I think at this point it's kind of like we're just gonna move on. And then when they did, I was mind blown. But I already had the shirt. I had a Marcus Davenport shirt. I had someone send me. They're like, "Yo, want to get you a shirt?" And they're like, "Who do you want to get?" It's like, I want to get Davenport. Like I'm all aboard the train now. I can continue to wear that shirt and the Baki
for at least one more year.
Fantasy football. At least one more. Is it? I love it. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping more, but I still have no idea. Like even if he played all year, you'd still be like, oh, I don't really know. Either way, I'm happy he's back.
On a side note, like you had Muhammad come alive late last season too. So yeah, it's like the defensive line, granted, like okay, like Aleem McNeil's a big hit, but there's guys there.
I think the biggest question with Lions fans is they wonder if you have a big time rusher that's not Hutch. And for one, many teams don't. But I think the thing that they have this year, and last year probably helped a little bit too, a guy like Muhammad, and now Roy Lopez, is like, I personally believe, and I don't think it's biased, say they have 7 dudes on the defensive line as a whole that are plus run defender, plus pass rusher. Doesn't mean he's elite, but he's above average. I think you have 7 guys, especially if you include Aleem, but then you know if Tyler Leak is in that mix, you go down the list, I think you have about 7 of those dudes. So because of that, like I think that's where the strength is. It maybe not having another great rusher outside of if Davenport's healthy, but I think as a unit, you're in a pretty strong spot, and they're pretty aggressive anyway.
So
just like beat up the bad offensive lineman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we can now move to that next level of the offense, be a linebacker. Because my question is, who's going to see their role diminish?
At linebacker?
Yeah, because, I mean, Jack Campbell's the draft pick. You know he's going to...
He started.
And honestly, Derek Barnes hasn't been bad when
he's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Got to be Anzalone, right?
I'm hoping Anzalone shows up. Let's start there. I hope this dude shows up. He wants a new contract and everything, and nothing's moved on that. I think that last year, and I'm sure it'll depend on game, but they typically, their base defense will play those 3, but as you know, like they're not typically in that.
Yeah.
However, there was I think it was Tampa last season, or no, it was LA to begin the year, and that's the team that you think of like, okay, I don't think last year they ran as much 12, but the point is they really leaned into that personnel when it didn't make sense. Like when they were in 11 personnel offensively, they still leaned into 3 backers. And seeing that, I could see them, again, believing this year in a lot of games, like that gives us our best unit, especially because they may look at it like me, like we got to get back to stopping the run. So I think the guy that would come off the field, that's a good question. I mean, to be honest with you, probably Alex, or excuse me, probably Barnes on like 3rd downs. But I think they're okay with leaning into heavier front 7s. That's my guess. That's my guess.
Kind of curious because I don't know if how Barnes has been as a blitzer, but I remember him coming out of Purdue. He was actually former like stand-up pass rusher.
Yeah, he played DN, and it's been interesting because they found a very unique role for him because of that. Like he's played a lot in space, played a lot over the slot, he plays on the ball a lot.
Yeah,
so he's it fits him on early downs for sure.
Yeah, so if you do go into like, if it's 3rd and long, I feel like if you're going to go into that personnel, it's like you're going to keep Barnes on because, I mean, y'all were, I think, 2nd in blitz rate last year. That's a guy you want to blitz. That is a lot. And keep in mind, this is basically that means first because Brian Flores is in the league blitzing like 60% of the time. That doesn't count. Yeah, so basically y'all were first in the league.
Yeah, Brian Flores doesn't play the NFL like the NFL plays the NFL. He does his own thing. He's like, I don't know what we're dealing with here. It's everybody's on the line every play. I don't know what we're doing. But it's like every play looks crazy. I don't know. I don't think Barnes has been a great blitzer for us. I think our best blitzer is Malcolm Rodriguez. I think that's been
Malcolm's been good.
Available, so it's kind of a tough spot. The thing is with Barnes, though, I think to your point is, I think he's shown to add value in underneath coverage. Like he can cover up running backs and stuff because you can just chase them. But the problem is when you combine that with Campbell, I think that Alex ties a lot better in coverage because you trust Alex to pick up a tight end. I don't trust that consistently with Campbell, and I don't know that I ever will. I like him more when he's kind of just spot dropping. So it's that balance that you kind of have to work out. But the good thing is we have the best defensive line in football, so we'll just put more guys like that on the field. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, no, actually, bro, let me not say that. Let me not do that. We'll just put Avonte Maddox out there. We add the extra DB. We'll just do that. Extra DB.
Golly. Fun fact, Zach Cunningham's still in the league? I didn't know that. He's on this roster.
I think that was maybe our last move we made. We scooped him up when all the Alex Anzalone stuff started popping up and he wasn't showing up for off-season stuff.
So, wow, dude. I didn't know he was still in the league. Golly.
I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. I think it's going to be dependent on if Alex is available or not. But I think if Alex, let's just say Alex didn't show up and he wasn't there week 1, I think he starts. I think Cunningham's a starter.
Yeah. So when it comes to the secondary, you know what you're getting. Like Kirby Joseph led the league in interceptions last year. Thinking Brian Branch is freaking wonderful. It's the best safety tandem in the NFL. If you were going to make a top 3 safeties, those 2 have to be on the list. That's just kind of where we're at right now. DJ Reed's a phenomenal addition. Meek Robertson's going to be in the rotation there or playing the slot. This is a dude that's built like a Chihuahua but plays like a Rottweiler. The question is Terrion Arnold, right?
Mm-hmm.
What Terrion Arnold? Because it was sink or swim last year for him, right? And there was some good, there was some bad, there was a lot of penalties, but I mean, kind of comes with Aaron Glenn's defense, right?
So yeah,
Yeah, what are we gonna see with them?
So this was before I draft. I love Terrion. I love Terrion. So I'm still very high on that, like just believing like it's gonna work. Like this guy was amazing. I loved him at Alabama. So I'm still kind of in that mode of just believing it's gonna be great. The positive for him is from a penalty. I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but I know that it did pull back. Like there was a very big issue with flags early, like a massive issue. But as the season kind of got towards the end, they'll start to kind of go away, and then other things would pop up. He had a couple really good games in there.
That's a good call because, yeah, I'm looking at this right now. His, like, first 4 games of the year, because he had 10, he was flagged 10 times on the year. But, yeah, his first 4 games was 8.
Yeah, it kind of went away. Yeah. And that's how it felt all year with him, was like this all year. It was like, oh, he figures something out, then had something else would kind of fall off. So I still believe it's going to be really good. And I think that he's, to what you're saying, is the exact question, because if he's cornerback 2 worthy, because I think if you even look at it from just how last year went along, like even just look at it from a stats perspective, like there's like advanced numbers that'll say, okay, he never really got to like good cornerback 2 level, but he did get to like bottom level cornerback 2 level versus where he was to start the season, which was pretty messy. It's like if that becomes good cornerback 2 with Reed and what they have, I think that's the strongest group on the team. I think that could be the best group that they have, and I think it has a chance to be one of the best in football. It's like secondary wise, I think it's just super well rounded, and I have Tennessee believe Terrence can be great.
Yeah. Hey, you also got I was gonna say you also got Ennis Rakestraw, who didn't really get much action last year. So,
Broshmo, I got the Rakestraw jersey right here, man. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I love that draft, and neither of them have like been great to this. But this is the weird thing. It's like I love those two, and they've both been kind of rocky so far. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, there's something.
Speaking of Rocky Ya-Sin still in the NFL. I didn't know he's on this roster too.
He is, and he is.
I used to like him a lot back in the day. I think it was it Baltimore that drafted him? I don't know. This is
Indy. Indy drafted him.
Was it Indy? It was Indy.
Yeah, he did go to Baltimore.
He did. Yeah. Oh, dude, I bet you he's been to a load of teams.
Oh, he's been.
But shoot, let's take a look at this schedule. We already looked at the roster. Let's look at the schedule. You know, it was so good. We needed to do an encore.
Go back to the offensive line.
Yeah, right. But dude, this we're gonna come up with a ceiling and a floor when it comes to the win totals, and I'm gonna be straight up, man. This, at least going into your bye, not a kind schedule.
No.
Yeah, that's you open up against Green Bay at home, but at Lambeau. Didn't y'all swept Green Bay last year, right? I think Thanksgiving was like the close game. There was a game like late in the season that was pretty close between y'all. I think I could be misremembering, but no, it was close. Okay, week 14, 31-34.
Mm-hmm.
But
go for it every fourth down game. Okay,
but
not gonna punt.
Golly, so home game's not like, okay, it's a piece of cake. Okay, Bears, they're going to be better this year, but there's going to be some sort of learning curve. Browns, sucks to be a Browns fan. And then Tampa. I think Tampa beat y'all last year in Detroit.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so
2 losses.
Yeah, kind of a revenge game. But it's really on the road, man. The Packers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Chiefs, which again is the Chiefs in season, doesn't really matter, but
yeah.
Golly, that's a tough way to start the schedule off.
It's not on the road. Is hot. The weird thing is, we won every game on the road last year. We only lost at home.
I mean, so y'all went 15-2, so.
Hey, I'm gonna say it though. You know what I mean? No, it is a tough schedule. I'm looking through. I'm like, okay, there's not a lot of like, oh, that's a game you're gonna get that one outside of maybe Cleveland, which I guess we'll see. I hope that's one of those. Maybe the Giants. I guess.
Yeah,
but there's not a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean, it does line it up after the bye. I mean, you still have to face the Eagles at home, but after that, like Washington, and I think that's the week before they fly out to take on the Dolphins in Spain. So
that's a tough matchup.
Yeah, Rams at SoFi, that's probably going to be Rams battling for a playoff spot. But outside of that, I mean, other than division games, it's not terrible. Like it's the Steelers, but they could be combusted by then.
See, that's the hope. That's the game plan. That's yeah, Giants home, Packers, Cowboys, Rams, Steelers, Vikings, Bears. Like I think that's, if you're rolling a little bit, maybe that's the stretch that you get rolling in.
Yeah, so
that would be it.
Let's be pessimistic.
Okay.
What would be your floor win total here?
I'm not very pessimistic, so this is going to be very difficult. I'd say 9.
Okay, we're on the same page. That's where I had the floor at. Which it's kind of funny to say. But I mean, when you're a winning team, it's hard to imagine this team losing, aside from catastrophic injuries. But
they don't really lose back to back anymore, Broshmo. Like that's the part. Like it's for the last couple of years. Like I don't know if you've done it at all. This is weird, but hey, 9 or 10, somewhere like that. That's all I want. By the way, not all I want is 9. I'm like, all I want is just to get in. We get in as a 7 seed wild card. I'm happy. I don't care if we win the division.
It's a tough division to win. I mean, I don't think Minnesota is going to necessarily take a step back, but
those dudes, man.
What if JJ McCarthy comes out and is like, oh yeah. You saw what Sam Darnold was here? He's trash.
It's like, bro, who are these dudes, man? I hate that McCarthy's there as a Michigan fan, right? It's like, oh, of course they take that guy. He's gonna be awesome, which is not great. Like that's how it's gonna work. The Vikings are goofy, man. They just decided to win like every game last year. It's like, yo, at some point, it's like when we win, you're supposed to like have those like weekends where it's like, oh, everybody else lost. We got to, gain like no ground. It was every week. It's like, all right, we're in the same spot. Crazy.
Yeah, because Packers, you got Packers too. Packers, a very good team.
It's hanging in there. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. And I mean, you got to imagine the Bears will be good eventually.
I think so. I think they're going to be good. I thought they were going to be good last year, but I think they'll be good.
I mean, yeah, with Ben Johnson
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, former first overall pick. Yeah, they should be in theory. And Dennis Allen at DC. More people need to talk about that. He's a really good DC. May have sucked as a head coach, but a really good DC.
That's true. That it is a great fit. Like I think stylistically, where he's coming from versus where Ben's coming from, like it's perfect. I think it's a good fit for him. I think they're second in the division this year. That's where my head goes.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know if I go. I think they
could be trash.
I mean, I think they'll be battling for third in the division, but I think that's still a potential winning record. That's kind of how good the division is.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go with the ceiling with this squad, best of the best, where are we going?
See, I was gonna say 17-0. Like I'm being
okay.
No, I don't think that's crazy either.
Yeah. We're gonna smash Baltimore in Baltimore. We're gonna smash Cincinnati in Cincinnati. Kansas City. They don't even care during this season.
Ain't nobody worried about Kansas City. Let's start there. No.
Dude, are you kidding? No, playoffs start. The AFC is trembling.
Yeah, they're cooked. But it's regular season, so we ain't worried about that. If I'm being honest, we won 15 games. I can't lie to myself, Broshmo. You know what I mean? I got to be honest on your show. This is out of appreciation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lie. They might just go 17-0. Like, it's on the table.
It's on the table, yeah.
Yeah, there's some teams that's probably not on the table, for being honest. There's some, like, green team in the AFC. I don't know. But for this team, I think it's on the table.
So I went with 15-2. Because there's hard games in there. Like definitely. I gave y'all when I was doing my ceiling, I was like, okay, Cincinnati, they struggled the first month of the season. That's week 5. That's close enough. Maybe you could get a win there. Kansas City doesn't care. Baltimore was the hard one that I had. Like, I don't know about. Yeah, nobody beats Baltimore.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, it's fair.
And then, like, I think you could, like, maybe make a case for either the Eagles or the Packers, right? And again, this is like the ceiling. I think the Packers, they're getting close. They're close enough to, like, we're gonna get that one win.
No, Broshmo, that's the one spot where we're like completely No, that game, no. That was the downfall. Lions' downfall of defensive health, and we handle business. So I understand the score looks pretty good, but no, they're not. It's one of those things. They're actually going further away. That's the problem. Yeah, it's actually separating right now. They're just so. I'm concerned for Green Bay. Really,
excuse me. I'm not a man of science, apparently.
Yeah.
Golly. But shoot, man, thanks for coming on. I feel like we covered a lot here for a really good team. Conclusion, Lions are good. They should be good. And hopefully they can make an appearance back to the NFC Championship game.
That'd be fantastic. I just want to get in playoffs. I just let you know what, Broshmo, is something to not getting too comfortable with your team being on the playoff standing screen. You know what I mean? Just enjoying that. When it's week 14, you're like, okay, we're in there. Like, that's all I want every year. That's all I want.
As a Dolphins fan,
like, yeah, but you know how that is. Like, y'all made it a couple years ago, right? Like, it's different.
But for you, the last week of the season is still the end of the season because you're not going to win in the playoffs. We haven't won a playoff game in 25 years.
See, but that was okay. But that was just like us. We didn't win before we won in 23 was 92. So it was like, sheesh, we're right there with you.
Yeah, but y'all are good now.
So what I'm saying, I actually don't know what I'm saying here, if I'm being honest with you, but we could do it. We could get over the top. At some point, it's got to happen.
Yeah,
It's a cool thing, though, Broshmo. I'll tell you this. This is probably the best era of Lions football ever in the Super Bowl era.
Yeah. Which is kind of wonky, knowing that you had, wasted all those Matthew Stafford years.
It's
Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson.
Those were some fun years, man, but it's like that 2020, the 15 wins, that's most in history, but that 12-5 year won 2 playoff games, that was probably the best season in the Super Bowl era we've ever had. Like, it's got a case. It's an amazing time.
Well,
just enjoying it,
You enjoy.
Like, y'all will be there. I think
we'll be competitive. 100% we'll be competitive. Even if we make the playoffs, I don't have faith. I don't know. This team's not deep. And I don't know, man. I don't know if can Tua stay healthy. Like, there's just too many variables here.
But y'all got a backup, though. So that's the good thing, right? Like, you guys went out and addressed that.
You mean the mom hunter?
You got the mom hunter.
Yeah, in Miami now? Yeah, his mind's not on football. Just saying.
All right. Well, I thought that was the future. I thought that was.
No. Our future is Tua stay healthy. If that doesn't happen, I don't know if they get rid of Tua, but front office is gone, coaching staff gone, which sucks.
So you're a Tua believer though. Like, you're like,
I'm a Tua in betweener.
On the field, if he's on the field, you believe like this guy can handle.
On the field, I think he's like a top half of the league starter who could sometimes flirt with being like a top 10, top 12 guy.
But that feels like it's all right.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like if he was healthy, you don't.
He's not an elite quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback. I think his ceiling is Jared Goff. Right now, Jared Goff.
No, I got you.
Okay.
Like, make that make sense, right? So.
Okay, here. I'll make it.
Quarterback, he can get there maybe one day.
I'm saying if you have all the parts around him, with depth included, great coaching, which I think we have the right coach.
Yeah,
it just comes at a fortunate time. Then he can do it. Our offensive line is never going to be Detroit at this point.
Oh.
We have the playmakers.
Though.
Yeah, we addressed it.
That's where Dolphins confused me. Because, like, y'all did draft. Like, we drafted.
Oh, you're right. So, was it Patrick? Oh, my gosh. Now I'm blanking on his name. Patrick Paul.
Like, y'all invested.
Yeah, but, I mean, we don't know yet. It wasn't great last year. It wasn't anything I saw that I was like, oh, yay. There's a Hall of Famer.
Drafted him.
I liked it. Yeah. And hopefully he takes that jump. But then you got Sabanea, which I'm excited about. I think they made a wonderful move to get James Daniels, but he's also coming off the ACL, so a little scary there. Yeah, I've never liked Austin Brewer. I think he's a terrible pass protector, but he's a good run blocker. Maybe I have that backwards. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
He's an undersized center, dude. Like he's playing at sub 300. I've never been a believer in those guys.
He's a good athlete.
Yeah,
Run around.
and then Austin Jackson. He's okay. He's okay.
Oh, okay. I got you. So Jonah's your left guard.
Yeah, he should be our left guard because I'm pretty sure Daniels played right guard for Pittsburgh. But Daniels could play either side. Yeah, Brewer's the center. He's okay. Like, just okay.
Yeah.
But
at his peak, that could be a problem.
Yeah, I'm just, like, I remember when Brewer was a free agent, I didn't want him, but I knew we were getting him.
You already do like that.
Because it was like, oh, that's a Mike McDaniel guy. I don't want him. I don't think he's that good, but I know we're gonna go get him.
What makes a player? The last question: what makes a player a Mike McDaniel guy? You think?
If you're super athletic, especially horizontally, can you pull out in space and maybe land a block?
That's what I was thinking. Sub 300.
Yeah. But when you can't do that and when Tua's not like healthy, like last year, like we have the backs right for it. Seemingly, we brought back the same backfield with Mostert and Achane, and we ended up being like 31st in EPA in the run game.
Wow.
You know, all those run backs don't matter if you have no one blocking for them.
Broshmo, I thought this little thing was gonna like make us believe in the Dolphins, but I feel less confident.
No, you should feel less confident. This is what Dolphins fans feel. I hate that I keep going off these Dolphins tangents in these videos.
Yeah, y'all are cooked, bro. Like
I'm not saying we're cooked. It's just like, hey, people accept this is a mid team. Oh, maybe we can make the AFC Championship game. We haven't won a playoff game in 25 years.
Oh man.
Try to make the playoffs and do something. What do you mean? Oh, maybe we can be this. Oh, we can compete in the AFC. No, those are too high expectations. Reel back. This roster's so thin because Chris Greer, our GM, he can't draft because he's too busy. Like, Bradley Chubb. Oh, there's our first.
So that's what comes back to the issue is how you use your draft capital. See, I like that, but I would say what I think y'all should have done. You guys would automatically be in the mix. You guys would have been in the mix. Before the moves happened in free agency, you should have traded Tua. Then, hear me out, trade Tua. Let me get a little picks back. In return, let me see Aiden O'Connell, right? Because now I got Aiden O'Connell and picks. That sounds just like what the Lions did.
And then we would be drafting quarterback this year.
Now, you might win 3 games.
No, you know what we should have done? Not sign Tua. Try to trade him, if not. Make a move in the 2024 draft to go get JJ McCarthy.
That seemed possible.
Yeah. Well, even Bo Nix at this point, I don't care. Bo Nix went at what, 12? We could have moved up.
Quarterbacks next year, though. Some good quarterbacks next year.
There are some good quarterbacks. I'm encouraged. And when I say we shouldn't have signed Tua, it's not because he's a bad player. He's not a bad player. He's actually a pretty good player. It's just
healthy.
Health, yeah, that's probably the biggest, but I didn't believe in us surrounding him with what he needs to thrive. Because he's not an elite quarterback, but I think he's one of those quarterbacks, again, like a Jared Goff. You could throw Kirk Cousins before he got old. That if you could... I'm just saying, that's true.
Oh, I'm listening.
I think Baker Mayfield might be in the same category, too. Surround these guys with a ton of talent and just be like, hey, just don't go make mistakes. Keep our offense just running. I'm not calling these guys game managers. I'm saying they can make plays, but they don't have a skill level to where they can put the team on their back. They're not Josh Allen.
I agree. Except for Goff. I mean, Goff, it's here.
Stop. Just stop.
Yeah, Baker's not Josh. I hear you there. You know what I mean? Oh, gotta keep doing this, Broshmo. This isn't, the people know what it is. You know what I mean? So it is.
Secondary sucks terrible too. I don't even.
That is unfortunate, but y'all have Ippy. I don't know if you were.
I'm excited about him. Like, he was banged up last year. There was no way he was going to see the field with like Branch playing more of like a traditional safety role, which sucks. If he had a good year in like, was it 2023?
Yeah, but it was good for you because he didn't get paid. I mean, he got paid, but he didn't get paid because he was not playing. So
yeah, like, and now we got we got maybe potentially washed Mika Fitzpatrick next to him. And I say potential because I'm not out on him yet. But
so that's the second best safety duo in the league potentially. Hey, that's two dogs. Hey, if they're on the field.
Yep, they're going to be up there trying to help the combination of Jason Marshall, Storm Duck, and Cam Smith.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, no, I legitimately think this could be a rough year, and I think they blow it up in the offseason if they don't make the playoffs.
What would you like? Is that's really last question. Like, is your hit rate like in the draft? Like, is it like
it's poor
kind of thing? Like,
it's poor.
I'm hearing these names and I'm like, man, like Cam Smith, second round, right? Like, so
second round, yeah. So, let me pull up Dolphins.
It just seems like there's no production going from any of the draft.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the thing. We trade away draft picks, but then the ones we have, we don't hit on. Like, there's hits in there. Don't get me wrong, but it's not impressive. So, okay, going back to like last year, Chop Robinson. Again, it's too early for these guys. I got you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, Gojo's a Chiefs fan, so he's like, why am I hearing about this like idiocracy? But I think even going back last year, you can't really. Jalen Wright, I think, is going to be good. Patrick Paul has a chance. Chop looks like a big hit. But prior to that, we traded all our picks, like for Tyreek and I think Bradley Chubb. I think Tyreek may have been the year after, but this is 2023. It was Cam Smith, Devon A-Chain. And then it was some late day 3 picks. 2022, Shannon Tyndall, who I actually kind of liked, still on the roster, I think.
Yeah.
But that was our only day pick in the first 3 rounds.
Oh boy.
And then it was like Eric Ezukuma, whatever. Some big slot player that had no speed. Prior to that, I mean, Jalen Phillips, Jalen Waddle, Javon Holland.
Why are you trading your picks?
Yeah, we trade guys that succeed. You
crazy.
Like, you go to 2020, Robert Hunt, he hits as a second rounder for us. Trade.
Yeah.
Brandon Jones, he looks great in Denver right now. Don't know where that was in Miami, but okay. Dude, I mean, you go back to the year we drafted Tua, and then it was Austin Jackson, who's okay. And then we had one more third round pick, Noah Igbenogany.
Oh, yeah. That one maybe didn't hit.
Yeah. 2019, we hit on Christian Wilkins. Didn't bring him back.
So maybe you guys just have the wrong strategy.
So what I'm hearing is our GM sucks?
That's possible. That's a possible answer.
You're going to question the strategy.
I didn't want to do all that, but it just feels like the way he's going about it doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah, well, the way that like the last 15 minutes of this video has gone, thanks for having me on the channel, Dose. Really appreciate it. You can find me at Broshmo on YouTube, at Real Broshmo on the X.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you being here, man. You know, we'll figure it out the future.
Yeah, you want to just go ahead and send the people off at this point?
Just send the people off, man. We'll send them off. If you're watching this on the weekend, go to McDonald's. If you're not, go to Wendy's. We appreciate y'all joining, man. We'll see you in the next one.